Previously on Driving Ambition, George Kurtz, CEO and founder of CrowdStrike, travelled to Brackley, United Kingdom, where he completed hours of safety testing and simulation under the guidance of the Mercedes team. Then, in Austin, Texas, George hit the track at the Circuit of the Americas with 7-time Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton.
Got the brakes, you got the brakes.
Take all the tips.
You're on it, man.
I came into 12, I'm like, I can't hit Lewis Hamilton.
Every turn, every tactic, every maneuver, every second down to the 100th. To be a champion in any endeavor, there has to be unquestionable driving ambition. The journey to drive a modern era Formula One car.
I think anyone driving a Formula One car is going to be nervous in some capacity because you don't want to crash the car and put it into the wall. So I think it was just like, how can I get in the car? How can I be safe? How can I keep the car safe? And how can I gradually work my way up into a competitive lap?
It's mindfulness, it's the physical element, it's being able to look far ahead and plan before you get there. It's navigating your braking zone, your entry zone, your apex zone, and your exit zone, and preparing for the next corner.
I think at the beginning you're probably going to be too slow if you're not driving it correctly, and then it goes at tremendous speeds. You can do 200 miles an hour here, and you have to be careful. So it's not the tires that give up first, like in the cars he knows, but it's the huge amount of downforce you have and you have to believe in.
I think today he just needs to be having fun and not have high expectations, just keep the thing on the black stuff and enjoy it.
And if you feel like you're losing grip instead of gaining grip, then you know you're losing tyre temperature. The team will be on it as well. They'll be watching your tyre pressures live. These tyres, like everything else on the car, they have to run in their optimum window. Right. If they go outside of that, it becomes more dangerous for you and the car. And that's a strange thing.
Today, George Kurtz will enter rarefied air. He will fulfill his dream of piloting a Formula One race car. George will endure forces upwards of 6G as he corners at extraordinary speeds. Despite an extensive racing background, he has never experienced anything like this. With over 300 sensors in the car, the team can see everything that George is doing in the cockpit. They won't miss a thing.
I have to ask him what he's referencing for a braking point.
Yeah.
12.
That's like nothing I've ever driven before.
Really?
Whatever you think it is, times 10.
But you're approaching it in just the right way, right?
Come on, man. You got me ready. I'm proud of you. Yeah, got me ready.
Formula One is a technology sport. It is a rolling computer. There's so much data that is generated that you know where your speed is. And Lewis Hamilton went out and ran a baseline reference lap as well as Anthony Davidson. So I could tell where they were faster, and they're more familiar with the car, and they're professional F1 drivers. They're going to be faster around the track. But I knew some of the areas that I could try to clean up to get the lap time down, right, to get it from the 150s into the 140s.
Where you kiss the apex that second
For
that we did in the sim?
For six?
No, for 17, 18.
Oh, 17, 18.
You know that?
Yeah, yeah.
You know the only curb you apex on
Yeah.
in that series of corners?
Yeah.
Once you get past that bit, it opens up. That's the bit to start experimenting with, going flat out before you've finished the corner. And it's
a good
another.
start, George, honestly.
Yeah, it's honestly, I'm
I had
blown
an
away.
expectation for where this will be, and you're ahead of it. So
Okay. Yeah.
keep building the way you're doing it, and lap time will just fall off. But
We'll just keep building up.
Yeah.
Oh my
You did
God.
17 really well.
Yeah.
You were flat now.
Yeah.
On the exit.
Flat.
Yeah.
Breathe a little in the beginning and flat.
Did you feel the derates? Did you feel on the straight the battery recharging itself? It's just on that last lap. You feel it's not pulling quite the same as.
Yeah, I mean, if you say that, yeah,
Yeah.
but when it's pulling, you're just hanging on. Try to explain it? You don't. You can't.
Only people that have driven it, felt it.
Yeah.
You can feel the same thing and relate, and that's what's great about it.
Unbelievable.
it's just as you go through two, so two is now flat. As you're going into three, you're lifting much earlier.
Right.
And you've scrubbed all the speed off already before you go through that first race.
Right.
In turn 3, you can be flat out in 3.
Right.
So you turn left,
Yeah.
you can still be flat. The rest will take care of itself. Even if you lift more in 4 for 2 or 3 laps,
Yeah.
at least you've done turn 3 flat.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, the car could do it.
Right.
Now it means I can carry more speed into 4. So then start to build up 4 and 5. It's just that sequence. And Lewis said he can be flat in 3 and 4.
Right. That's why he's a 7-time champion.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the one I got to work on a little
so
bit
you've
deeper.
done 2, now carry that speed into 3. That's where you're going to find another second in that sequence of corners.
Right.
Without question.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was it. This was literally the last run in the Formula One car. That last lap was really focused on, okay, where do we stack up for one day driving a Formula One car against some of the base reference laps that were out there? I was going to be benchmarked against a 7-time world champion, one of the best drivers ever in the history of Formula One. And they were going to overlay my lap to his lap, and we were going to look at his time versus my time. And that's a pretty remarkable feeling. There's a lot of pressure on you. The takeoff and getting into the first turn on the flying lap and braking so late. As you go down turn 2, you're flat and your whole neck is just hard to hold up because there's so many G's. And you go through the S's and it's just like the timing and just the sound of the motor is just incredible. Finally, you get to the back straightaway in turn 12 and you hit the brakes so late, you think you're gonna just never turn the car. It's at the 100-meter board or 80-meter board, which is insane for any car. And you're down, 6 gears and the car just turns. It's incredible. to drive a modern Formula One car, 2021 championship-winning car, arguably one of the best cars in history, is absolutely a dream come true. When you think about what's next in terms of experience, it's going to be hard to replicate.
George's last run receives a rare round of applause from the engineering team. By the end of the day, George's time is only a few seconds off that set by Lewis Hamilton.
That's mega.
Now you've got to find a way of describing that to everyone else.
You can't describe it. It's like someone who can't see. Kind of
That's the thing.
Just visceral.
So pleased for
Yeah.
you. That was mega.
Yeah.
Honestly, you did everything we could have hoped for and more. You must be super proud of yourself.
It's amazing feeling, and just
Yeah.
it's the prep and
What a journey.
coaching.
Yeah, it's been great to be there and see the whole thing through, really, from start to finish. Yeah.
I think I had I got some more speed in the S's, I think.
It's always more speed.
No, I mean, I think I got on that lap.
Yeah,
I know there's more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Did the line help?
Yeah,
at all?
it did, and I think that last one was going to be, well, the tires went off a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's good because you're pushing the tires now to the point where you're feeling them go away.
Yeah, I mean, when they first come out, it's like,
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, hello.
that's black
Yeah,
aspirin.
yeah.
Cures any headaches you have.
No, that's
That's awesome.
fantastic. Honestly, for a first day in one of these beasts,
Yeah.
with your very limited level of experience, it's truly remarkable. And your approach, everything, it couldn't have been better. All right. Like I said,
I always ask people what really drives them. Is it their will to win or the hatred to lose? And for me, I hate to lose. And I think, that applies in racing, that applies in business. You never have perfection, which I love about the sport. And that's the same thing that I try to apply to CrowdStrike. There is no perfection, but we always want to be better and better. How do we shave off a tenth, a hundredth, a second, whatever it might be? And I think where we are in our journey, it's shaving off tenths, not seconds, to continue to keep our lead.
Want the same cybersecurity protection as the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team? Sign up for our 15-day free trial and get protected in minutes. Visit CrowdStrike.com today. CrowdStrike, protection that powers you.